with it.
All right, so we got Max Chen, we got Hinton Wells, we got Brendan Weafer, and I'm Jan Rowe here. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna shoot this fight scene on June 27th. So everyone's good for June 27th to shoot, right? So and Brendan, there's since so much of this shoot is really about raising the stakes of the series with your character. Like you and I can talk on the side about like the other days that would be before that. So we'll figure this out. But for the scene that we're all in together, we're definitely renting a location, and we may Rami, we may go with Angelique's dad's place. Or I already spoke to him. It's a beautiful studio location with a big screen in the background that we would have like the other actor who's hired everybody for the scene on that screen. So it'll be kind of crazy and cool. So I'm just wondering, like, how I think there's a way for us to approach the choreography and essentially do a lot of planning before we actually physically get together. And so I'm interested in, is there any limitations? No, Max, you can't kick, right?
I can't kick. I can't wrestle.
Okay.
I mean, maybe I could do some stuff on the ground, but I'd be a little hesitant to.
Okay,
like,
so it's mostly essentially hands for you.
Yeah, mostly hands for me. I mean, depending on what it is, maybe I could do some stuff on the ground.
Okay.
I would say maybe I can mess with some light wrestling, but we'd have to. I don't know. We'd have to talk about what it is and how to do it. I mean, I know Brendan's got a lot of control and everything. So I mean, I'd be a little more ballsy with doing things with Brendan for sure. Maybe even Malibu Barbie.
So essentially, like the three of us would be on a team, and then we see Brendan's cowboy character, and we know it's essentially battle time. So
are we all fighting him?
We're all fighting Brendan. so like what my goal here today is to just kind of get a general sense of what everyone's capable of, potentially get padding, like stunt padding for each one of us, depending on I think we need to figure out the choreography a little bit more, but like if necessary, I'll order padding from like the top stunt like padding place and just have it sent to you so you can fit it on yourself, and then like potentially get props that we may or may not need, just depending on the choreography. So like I've only worked with breakable glass. I've never worked with breakable furniture. So
is it indoor or outdoor?
It would be indoor.
Indoor, okay.
Yeah, it's an indoor studio space that we'd be renting. That's like a performance space. And the woman that our characters are hired by is a singer, and in real life she's also a singer. So like we're hired by like a pop star as bodyguards to walk her to this place, but essentially she's been hired to hire us to bring her essentially to bring us to Cowboy, so Cowboy can like test us.
I just want to say one more thing. If you guys are thinking about getting together the day before, I'm not available the day before. I have a guy fighting on a show, so I'm going to be busy all fucking day.
If we get together, it would ideally be, I mean, we should get together like if not the day before, probably a few days before, maybe even on the Thursday if you're available. Brendan, Thursday the 24th.
Yeah, that's actually yeah.
Okay, cool. Rami, Max, would you guys be available in like either the day or the evening? Max, I assume you teach.
Either after 7 or.
Dude, can we come to your studio after 7? Your dad's place?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not for everybody. Like after 7, let's say 7 o'clock on that Thursday.
No, he's got a class 8:15. So
8:45.
Yeah, like 8:30, 8:45. Yeah.
Okay. So how's 8:30 for that Thursday to spend maybe an hour or two just going over choreography?
That's fine. Is there any way we can just like maybe instead go to the place itself, because that could be really helpful.
Maybe it's in Long Island City if we book this place. So if we did, I mean, I'd have no problem like asking for that, and I'm sure we can get it. So I'm really just want to make sure that we can solidify a time and then just do it, because Brendan, of course, even if we do this in the evening, like there's a bunch more shooting that we will want to do with you to build up more drama around your character. So like that it might be earlier that day, but we'll coordinate. We'll figure all that out separately.
Yeah, because like my thoughts are that, like, you know, it's all fun and great doing shit at my gym with mats around and everything and an open space. It's another thing once you get to the location, if there's like little obstacles here and there, then you're gonna have to like change a lot of shit up possibly, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I definitely think we should be in the space choreographing too, just for efficiency's sake. So like,
we got to see what we're working with.
yeah,
If we're going there blindly, like it's just like we're gonna go in there Sunday and we're gonna have to just reconfigure a whole bunch of shit and everything's gonna be really slow.
well, fortunately, I have these action figures right here. You know,
Well, now that changes everything.
we can do some general choreography and blocking with these wonderful. I'm in my son's room right now, so we can do some wonderful stuff with some blocking with this. But I mean, but quite seriously, like I'm super interested in if boxing. Essentially, the format would be each one of us would have a solo exchange with Cowboy. And then and so like first the way it's written now, it's essentially Max first, and then or KO, and then Dread, which is Rami's character, and Brendan. So you know, Rami's a dear old buddy from high school who, when I got kicked out of the Shaolin Temple, he left too because we were both put on Li Tai Lang's national San Shou team together, and I got kicked out for it, but he didn't. So he like left out of honor.
That's love. That's love right there.
That's real love, man. It's a foundation.
Rami, I wouldn't have left. I would have stayed.
Would have stayed.
And it just kind of thinking out loud, since Max has got this issue, and Max is kind of like the first one that I'm gonna face, that maybe, you know, he kind of goes at it. He sees me, he doesn't really know me, but he's like, I got this. And just kind of comes to me in a very kind of like arrogant way, throws a punch, and I just immediately like knock him out, right? Like something like short, fast. I mean, like his character's developed. You know, there's a lot of backstory behind his character, and then maybe like, you know, it can come off as like he kind of underplayed me, didn't really know me, didn't really, you know, and that way we don't get into this big elaborate fight. Right. And then all of a sudden, like, you know, he just throws a punch. I just hit him with a quick counter punch. And, you know, then I move on from there so we can save his knee. Just thinking aloud.
And then when he knocks me out, we could flash stop the Asian hate.
So I'll say this, that one of the things that's hilarious. That's why we love Max. So I think that's super interesting. I think that one of the things that the community has been asking for online is to see more of the martial arts action, because they especially the folks that have been around since like our comic book days and before, they're like, well, where's all the martial arts? Because we focus so much now on like building a cinematic universe and a story that's really strong. That we've said, hey, we're already good at martial arts. We'll do that when the time is right. And I actually feel like now is the time is right. But when I say that, I mean, how can we get a short burst of, like, I like the idea of punch counter punch. But I'm wondering, like, you know, if there's two ways I'm thinking about it.
We can elongate that a little bit.
If Max goes first, like, what if you guys were essentially bobbing and weaving, and then and maybe it's Max just throwing stuff and Brendan's bobbing and weaving, and then you just respond with one hard punch. You know,
right.
Like I would love to see
block, evade.
I'd love to see you exactly. Like I'd love to see you, like, your evasive movement, especially since you gave Max that compliment of like he's like pretty much one of the only guys you can do like fast like touch sparring with. Like that to me is like a huge deal.
Oh yeah.
So, but I mean, of course, we should probably figure out what that combination is. You know, like is it weave under hook? Is it, you know, backing up? Like I would love to figure out that combination beforehand, so that Max can practice throwing it and you can practice evading it in separate.
I mean, honestly, I mean, just my personal opinion. I mean, I don't know if this is like true or not, but I think we could come up with that on the fly pretty easily and pretty quickly.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was gonna say too. I mean, we could think about it like a day or two before, but I mean, like just knowing me, knowing Max, and knowing like how we've trained together for years, like, we could just come up with something like real quick, real easy, and because we all know the counters.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna block here. I'm gonna block this. I'm gonna do that. Okay, good. Got it. Right.
Okay,
We'll drill it a few
amazing.
times and we'll be able to do it.
So
We can definitely flow that out real quick.
Oh,
what do you guys think? Let's say in a worst case scenario that, because one of the things I'm thinking right now is like just closing distance. Like I get Max saying, hey, I got this, and that any scenario could potentially work. There's many scenarios that could work for this. But part of me is thinking like Rami, like you can move. Can you kick right now?
Yeah, I'm fully functional right now.
Fully functional. So I'm wondering if, since Rami's the tallest, what are you like 6'3", 6'4"?
6'5".
6'5"?
He's 6'5".
Hey, thanks,
He's 6'5".
I like that. Look at Max.
6'5".
What?
So what I'm thinking is
apparently you've been at the end of his jab, and that's why you remember this.
You goddamn right. And the end of his kicks. Bullshit.
Talking here, because it would potentially be dope for each one of us to cover a distance. Closing the distance. So maybe Dread, Rami's character, starts out with kicks, or maybe he doesn't start out with, but maybe he throws mostly kicks. Max throws mostly punches, and then Brendan, since you and I have done like the grappling, the stand-up grappling, maybe you and I are more so like maybe I rush in. That's really what I was thinking, is really to show off more like the push hands on my stuff. Maybe we can mix in some other stuff, but really more so like focusing on the things that each one of us can pull off without much choreography. So I think I can come together and like the way we've won awards for choreography in the past because we normally choreograph for the thing that the person is comfortable with, with a partner that they're comfortable with. So in other words, we can push a very thin line. I was getting punched in the neck for an earlier fight scene we shot, but like on camera actually punched. But since I know the guy who was punching, he was softening his hands before they hit me. So it was really soft hits, but it looks crazy on camera. So like I feel like the fact that you and Max have done your stuff before, you can do something in a heartbeat. Brendan, you and I have wrestled before, push hands grappled before, and I feel like we could do something similar that'll look great on camera, and you can like kind of flip me and toss me. And then,
But Chen, that's where the environments for you guys doing that. That's where the environments are going to be the most most important. Knowing what the environment is around there. I think.
Yeah. So if we have like a breakable table, like one of the things I always want to showcase in push hands, and oh, hold on, let me get a photo for Josh, man. I was just texting with Josh this morning, so let me get a photo of all you guys real quick. I just got one with Max. There we go. I'll send that off to him. But essentially, showcasing push hands as like the ability to move someone's balance into objects and what that means martially. If you move somebody into a table or over a chair, like that to me is super interesting. So I would love to showcase some of that. And like the normally our go-to with Rami is kicks, but I would love to, if we have more time and if we have more ability, it would be great to be able to smash some furniture. I feel like if anyone's smashing furniture, it would be either Rami's character Dread, at least throwing stuff and having it hit the floor. I mean, it doesn't even have to hit Brendan, or potentially Brendan smashing something on Rami since he's so tall.
That's cool, man.
Like picking up a chair.
That sounds like a great idea.
I think it'd be awesome, but like we just need to get.
I would love to smash out something over Rami.
First. And
that's not for you. That's for Brendan, not for you, Max.
All right. Yeah, I think that's overall like that works, right? I mean, essentially, I have a boxing scene with Max. I have some, I'll almost think of it as like a traditional Thai fight with Rami, right? That kick, re-kick, kick, re-kick. That a lot of, we could bring in spin kicks, and essentially, I think that they could be a cool, especially if Dread's character executes and is known to be a kicker. Right, like KO is known to like knock people out. All of a sudden, I'm able to block and parry, move, and then knock him out. And then with Dread, I'm able to kind of block his kicks and then return, right? And we kind of have that back and forth moment, like, oh shit, actually this guy can kick too. And then all of a sudden, then we wrestle or we grapple, right? I think that's kind of a cool sequence and like, like progression, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like if we keep it simple and keep each one of us on like on a particular lane that's closest distance, we'll be able to capture something of quality fairly quickly because we want the scene to move quickly, and we also want to be able to do it. Samnang is the cinematographer is much more into like reality, like stuff that feels real rather than like highly this is not going to be some of the stuff that we've done in the past where it's like we shot A, shot B, shot C, shot D, like where it's like meticulously choreographed camera work. This will likely be a way more like realistic kind of grounded feeling. So the fighting should feel real rather than like too taekwondo-y, spin kicky kind of stuff. I think that I've seen Rami throw like effective spinning hook kicks though. So, but that being said, I think that there's a little bit of dialogue that we should run over, and we don't have to do that today, but we should do that definitely in person. I think that it's really not much at all. And
just I have one more quick question. I'm gonna sign off right after this.
Sure.
How long are you looking for this to be roughly?
The
whole scene.
Oh,
I mean, just like the whole scene.
The scene, I mean, essentially a page in script writing, a page is a minute. Like, so I assume
right,
this
so fairly
is
quick.
Gonna be, yeah, this is gonna be quick, but it needs to be like, dense enough for us to really feel the motion and movement. Like we need to know that Max is an expert. And the end of the scene is essentially all of us rushing Cowboy at once. And essentially like, and we should really figure this one out. Like we all grab him, and Dredd is the unstable one. So he's like freaking out and he's about to hit Cowboy. And that's when the guy says, the guy who hired us essentially says like, okay, guys, that's enough. Like everybody in the room works for me. So stop,
All right.
And so,
yo, guys, I actually have to run up to go teach a class right now.
All right,
but
we love you,
Max.
it was good. It was good seeing most of you. I mean, not all of you, but most of you. Nothing personal, purely racial.
Put stuff in your calendar, man. We need you all day on that Sunday, man.
Good.
Okay, that's fine.
We're gonna book it for 10 hours. So we're
Good
like,
to see you, buddy.
it'll be a thing. I love it.
All right.
We have scenes that we have to shoot outside of that too. Okay, love it.
All right, see you guys.
See, Max.
So Brendan, like you and Rami,
How long? You said 10 hours? Like
we're gonna book it for 10 hours.
like 10 to 8, 11 to 9?
Yeah, like 10 to 8 on that Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I can do the whole day.
Yeah, we're gonna like we'll likely have the fog. There's a fog machine in there. There's lights, so like it comes stacked, and very 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 grateful for the space. But again, that last moment to me, Brendan, both you guys, I'm super interested in your thoughts on what the last moment should be. Like how, I want to show all the heroes like essentially, which is the three of us, like rushing to Cowboy so that we can just like stop this guy because he's individually he's like stopped each one of us. So we're like, okay, like let's this is where it kind of gets like roughhousey, like real street fight where it's like everyone rushes one guy and we're like holding him and one guy's gonna like get ready to hit. So like that moment to me is something that we should just figure out like in person. But I think it's really more like, I would think myself, I'd probably come under an armpit and just try to like hold, do some form of hold on a side. And Max would probably do the same thing, like me and Max rushing from either side, and then Rami like just getting, maybe that's where you pick up a chair and you're about to like with something, and that's when the guy says stop. And then after that moment, when we all stop, like we put our attention onto the camera that the pop star is holding. She's filming the scene on the camera. The guy's talking to us, and then we look back to Cowboy, and Cowboy's already like ghost. So, and that's where Brendan, the stuff that we shot with you previously, then that's where all of that like starts to connect together.
Got it.
And there's a final scene where essentially it's you on the phone. We'll shoot separately, maybe even outside that space that day, and maybe we'll shoot it on a day before. But essentially there's a separate scene where you're talking on the phone to the actor that plays Damien, and we already got all of his footage, so he just sent it over. Oh, thank you guys. You guys are my buddy guy.
Of course.
Thank you, buddy. So So yeah, guys, I mean, is there any thoughts or ideas that you've had from the script as it is?
No, I mean, I think overall it looks pretty good. Makes sense. Talking about the choreography definitely makes it more concrete, and I like the direction it's going. Kind of fills in those blanks.
Yeah, I think we got the foundation set, and I think, yeah, when we're at the location filming, I think our like improv will come together smooth.
Awesome.
Even possibly with dialogue too, right?
Yeah, no, there's definitely dialogue. We'll do a run through with the actress. Maybe even that night that we go there, the singer herself, maybe we'll even bring her and just do a whole run through of the scene on set. So that might be the right thing to do.
So what I was saying is, like, you know how last time all of our dialogue was improv?
Yes.
I'm just saying, I love how we have the foundation, like everything set up, like the the structure, but I think we improv pretty well. Like fight wise, we'll come, we'll pull it together on the spot, right? We do that all the time.
Yeah, no, I mean,
that's like right then and there, because
style.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
cool. Working with real fighters who are actually creative people, like is essentially our style.
No, it's gonna be fun, man. Because last time was really fun, so I'm excited.
Awesome, man. Okay, well, thank you guys. I don't want to keep it too much longer, but so Brendan, I'll sync with you on the other days. But thank you guys. So June 27th, we'll go, and we'll make it all happen from here.
Cool. That sounds good. I'll probably come into the city that Thursday. I'll probably come in. So I'll be around like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay,
so,
cool. Amazing.
So let's plan on like that Thursday or Friday to spend some time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, like the day for, we'll figure out. I'll let you know once I clarify more on the other hero schedules, because you'll be jumping around to other heroes. So likely, if possible, if you'd be available that Thursday, let's say like late morning, early afternoon, we could shoot some of that that day potentially, just to optimize the time.
Yeah, it should be fine. I think I should. I'll probably be in the city midday, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, awesome, guys. All right, love you guys so much. Thank you.
It's good to see you. My pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, love you guys.
Cheers.
Later.
Bye.